I am live. I have done it. It is most good. I think I'm live. Hey, what's up? I'm Graham. Welcome to a live stream that I've not done in like 10 months, but it feels good. Feels good to be back. I'm actually playing a League of Extraordinary Investigators game for someone else because I was not able to commit to doing the League this season, but Campbell of Argyll, Campbell of Argyll. I like that. That sounds better. That they asked me to stream for them. They couldn't make it work this week, which is totally understandable. The world is crazy. So I'm playing Jenny Barnes, whom I've not played in a long time, and we're doing Heart of the Elders Part A, which is actually one of my, I want to say favorite scenarios, but it's definitely one of the ones I enjoy, which is surprising because I think a lot of the community feels like it's pretty ho-hum, but I actually think the encounter deck makes it a lot more interesting than people give it credit for, and I actually would like being able to play it 2 or 3 times in a row, but otherwise have it be kind of a smaller scenario. So that one's really cool. Here's this Jenny deck. Let me make sure that that stream is coming in. And Campbell of Argyll says, good luck and Godspeed. All right, so this is this Jenny deck. Here's the dealio. This is a pretty fun Jenny deck that I'm eager to try out because it's different than how I normally build decks. I'm excited to try to flex my piloting muscles here. So Jenny, as you know, has got a bunch of 3s in her stats, so all of them are usable if boosted, but none of them are usable without boosting, generally speaking. So we've got our lock picks that we're going to use for clues, along with a couple of intel reports, which is an event you can slam down. Costs a bunch of money, but you can automatically pick up clues, sometimes from locations you're not even at. And Jenny, of course, our homegirl, got the money. This deck has some interesting things going on with it. It's got a copy of the Moon to boost her agility. There's also only 1 copy of Lone Wolf. Typically, you see 2 of those to ensure that you see it early, but you just mulligan hard for it. And even if you don't find it first turn, you've got 3 easy marks to try to dig for those cards that you really want. An easy mark is one of those subtle cards that, while mathematically it's not that astounding when you play it by yourself, you're spending an action to draw a card, and you're spending a card to get the 2 resources, so it feels like it's not as good of an emergency cash when you're doing the only number crunching, but it always feels good as an action to play it. It gets you over that 5 resource hump at the beginning, so you can play 2 assets maybe, or a Leo DeLuca. And if you don't play it, you save up. Oh my gosh, all of a sudden you got 2 easy marks, single action, very strong. So, big fan of easy mark. Enchanted Blade is a pretty good weapon. So we actually have 4 XP to spend really quick. And I talked with Campbell about it. What we're going to do is we're going to drop the Colt Vest Pocket, which is an interesting combo piece. It fits in with some of the other pieces that are in this deck, except that it's still only getting your combat up to about a 4 in Jenny, which is not quite where you want it to be. So we're going to switch this out for the Lupara, which is more of like a 1 power turn kind of gun, like a cool sawed-off shotgun kind of thing. And that's going to fit in a lot better. Works particularly well with the sleight of hands that we have in this deck, along with the spicy include of Joey the Rat Vigil level 3. We're going to give him a shot as well. So that's enough about the deck. We're going to dive in to Tabletop Simulator as soon as I figure out how to do that in OBS. I think I've done it. I think I did it right. Things feel good. Great. I'm live streaming. Things are good. Everything is working out. Here we are back in the game. Heart of the Elders Part A is the scenario. And if you recall correctly, in Heart of the Elders, you saw a vision in the sky in Mexico City. And in that vision, there was like a big old cave and a bunch of pillars outside of it, and you're like, what does this mean? And each talk is like, it means we gotta go find a cave with some pillars. So now you're in the jungle. Fast forward, you're back in the jungle, kind of picking up where you started off the campaign at, and you're trying to retrace some of those footsteps to get back to a similar jungle, which means that we're expecting some resistance from the Aztecs that are apparently still around. You're also expecting all the bad things that the jungle has to offer. Gonna get lost? Yeah, you are. Gonna get bit up by ants? Ants is a terrible treachery. It is evil, and I hate it. It is worse than the Frosty Cold Boy from The Gathering, or the Obscuring Fog set that makes you trash your assets. It's even worse than that because you can trash multiple assets. It's still a 4 test. What were you thinking? It should be strength 3, maybe. Anyway, I am there's an explore deck, so we're going to try to map out the jungle here a little bit, and we have to search for the pattern because when we go up these stone pillars, we brush off the dust, and all of a sudden these symbols start glowing, and we realize we can spin them around like a weird sort of bop it Rubik's Cube situation. And yeah, we got to solve that puzzle. That is at the mouth of Kinyan, the Kinyan being this sort of cave opening, I guess, or maybe there's not an opening, and when we do the slidey puzzle situation, and then that's when we get the opening. There's an action here that says check your supplies. We don't have any. We have no supplies. However, we do get to start as part of campaign setup with each Taka in play, or the exploration map. The map lets you explore for and like you get a free action for exploring every turn, which is legit in this scenario. But the double stat boost from each Taka, I think, is slightly better for Jenny. So we're going to try starting off with her. Also, if we get slapped with some nasty damage or horror very early on, each Taka can kind of absorb some of that blow for us. The last thing we got to do as part of setup is take one of these random ruins and shuffle it into the exploration deck, which we have now done. Also, I have to take out this Colt, as we talked about earlier, for the Lupara, which is that sawed-off shotgun, which is really cool. You could basically only use it the turn that you play it, which is why it's very good with sleight of hand, because you sleight of hand it down, use it, and then it bops back to your hand. Also very nice to be able to play it for a fast action. Always good, which is what Joey the Rat lets us do. So Lupara is in there, and I added the Expedition Journal. In terms of weaknesses, we've got Internal Injury, which I think is probably right if I've followed the league correctly. Jenny has a mental trauma, so we got to worry about that. And then what was the last thing? We need the Unspeakable Oath weakness. That is what we need to do. Unspeakable Oath, which is Curiosity. Yeah, nailed it. This is a hidden weakness that came in the Return to Carcosa box, and it threatens to, unless we successfully investigate at a location with no clues, we actually get an experience penalty at the end of the scenario. Now, the weird thing about Heart of the Elders Part A is the only time the victory display actually counts is the last run that you have through it. That's right. You can play through it multiple times. So, I'm using the cool Jenny Barnes alt arts because I think they're really cool. They were from the novella. I'm still using the regular out-of-the-box weakness and stuff, and her twin 45s. That's all still in this deck. Okay, have I done everything? I think so. I'm going to save this file so I don't have to reload this again when I play Heart of the Elders an additional time. Are you ready? Wish me luck. Here we go. Drawing 5 cards. Bing, boom, bomb. Cool. So we got some good stuff. Narrow Escape is a fantastic event, but I'm really looking for either another ally. Leo DeLuca would be amazing. I've got, there's a Lone Wolf in this deck that I didn't draw yet. What else do I want? Delilah O'Rourke is one of those phenomenal allies I'm talking about. Physical Training would be really great because that's going to boost my attacks and my willpower. And there's one more that I'm blanking on. Oh, the tarot card, the Moon. So those are really the things I'm looking for. Early lockpicks is not bad, though. And that's an asset. I love assets. Dynamite Blast is specialized. It's really great if you've been evading a bunch of dudes, then you gotta blast them. So anyways, I started blasting. We're going to send that back. Narrow Escape is one of those sort of situational events that's really great, but I don't need it in my opening hand. Unexpected Courage, great for everything. There's not a test immediately off the bat that I want to save it for. I'd rather try to draw those assets. The question is, do I keep the easy mark for the money so that I can easy mark Lockpick's third asset? I don't think I do. There's 3 easy marks in this deck, so there's a decent chance that I still draw one of them or the 2 emergency caches. So I think I just keep the lockpicks and get the free draw right now. Let's see what I got. First of all, there's a weakness. Tabletop Simulator is freaking out on me. Here we go. Unspeakable Oath. Going down the line, I'm going to redraw that. There you go. So I got my cash and physical training, which is great, and a pair of lockpicks. Not necessarily what I wanted to see, but the sleight of hand isn't bad. So as soon as I draw a weapon, I'm ready with a combo piece. I'm ready for action. So let's shuffle all this malarkey back into my deck, and let's get to jungling. Let's jungle this jungle. Is that something people say? Probably not. I think so. I could start off by just playing 3 assets. I'm going to start exploring pretty soon, and Ants is going to make me discard cards from my hand randomly, or I can choose cards off the table. I think I just start slamming stuff down. I think I just windmill slam. Bam! All my goodies. So now I could draw to start off and see if I get something that's more important than physical training or emergency cash. I think I'm going to do that because there's still a lot of goodies in here that I would love to see. Well, we got Joey the Rat, which lets us play item assets at speed. That could be an interesting play because I can play my lockpicks actionlessly, and then once the lockpicks are out of charges, I can make the money back. So why not? Second action. Let's play Joey, my main man, the Rat Vigil. We're gonna see if this bad lad is up to any good. So second action, we're gonna play Joey the Rat, and third action, I could play physical training, but I'm basically broke, so I might. It's not gonna do me any good. So last action, I'm gonna play emergency cash for 6. There you go. So that said, I'm ready. Enemy phase. There are no enemies. Upkeep phase. Draw a card, gain 2 resources. What up, Miss Barnes? I'm getting a news flash in from one of the players of the league. Thank you very much, LeBruce. Or LeBruce. I don't know how to say your username, but it says the goal is to place as many pillars in this one run as possible. So follow-up question for those live streamers, do the victory points matter? Or is this like, whose line is it anyway? Where the points don't matter. I am inferring that instead of the points, it's just a single run where we're just trying to get as many pillars down as possible, which I'm down for. I'm down for that clown, if that's the case. Doesn't change my first turn at all, so we're going to go up to the Mythos phase after getting all of our actions back. Let's shuffle this encounter deck and see what we get. Boom. Oh, Apex Strangleweed. All right, well, this is going to really drastically change my entire life from here on out. So, Apex Strangleweed is a 3/6/3. It's a real beefy boy. These victory points, as good as they look, won't matter because either I'm playing the scenario multiple times, so the victory points this first time through doesn't matter, or I actually don't care about the victory points at all, and he's just in my way, which I hate. So now he's got a couple things. Alert and Retaliate means that if you don't hit those 3s when you try to attack or evade it, it gets to attack you back. If you try to do something aside from deal with Apex Strangleweed, you'll get an attack of opportunity, which means that I have to immediately end my turn after that. Actually, I don't even think you get to resolve your action, right? Because as part of the cost of playing like an asset, you trigger the attack of opportunity. Is that right? So this might have just ended the entire run, which is pretty classic Forgotten Age, where like you just get the wrong combination of stuff and you're deadzo. But let's not lose heart, because I can still evade till the cows come home. I got an unexpected courage. Things are going to be fine. Everything's going to be so chill. It's going to be the most chill. First action. I'm going to try to evade. And I'm at a cave location, if memory serves. Let's check it out. I'm at a cave location, which means that my skulls are -3. So ideally, I want to be 3 up on this test. I got my girl Itchy here. Don't call her that, Graham. So I'm going to commit an unexpected courage for this evasion test. Now, the hope is that I evade and then I explore twice, and one of those has got to come home. Otherwise, we're going to be in Sandtown, USA, population me. So let's give it a shot. I'm a 3, 4 with each taka, 5 with 6 with unexpected courage. 3, 2, 1, go. 0. Look at that. Look at that. We're evaded. We've done it. We've made it to the major leagues, boys and ladies. 2019 time's up, you know what I'm saying? Second action, let's explore and hope that it's not ants. Give me this really good exploration deck. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Huzzah! It's a pitfall. I have to test 3 agility. Oh, I forgot. 40% of this deck is agility tests. So, I'm a 4 on 3 for this. For each point I fail by, I take 1 damage. I accept those odds. I get a -3 because I'm at a cave location with a skull. So I was a 4 with each taka. -3 brings me down to 1. I fail by 2. I take 2 points of damage. Gonna go on Joey, my man, the rat, which is totally fine. So here's what I really want, though. I really want that one sweet location that I need to get out of Dodge here. Here we go. Rope Bridge, nope. River Canyon, nope. Time Racked Woods, nope. Stone Altar. Yes. There's a chance. There's a chance, ladies and gentlemen, that we are going to make it out of this alive. Which I am very excited. And this just in, victory points still do matter, but we're only doing a single run of Heart of the Elders. So, great. Thank you all for the help on the live stream. All right, that is, I believe that's my turnsies. So, enemy phase, nothing happens. Upkeep phase, we're going to ready everything. So, Apex Strangleweed readies. We get all my actions back. And we're going to draw a card. And we're going to gain 2 resources. Leo, my sweet DeLuca. I might not be playing you this game unless Joey the Rat dies here real fast. Which he might. I'm not saying he won't. Mythos phase. 2 Doom. Snakebite. Joey the Rat. You might not be down that long, my dude. Okay, so I'm going to take a test here. I got to test 3 agility. During that test, I can use lightning bolt abilities because that's how you boost for stuff. Right now, I'm a 4 on 3. So I'm going to use the lightning bolt ability on Joey the Rat to spend a resource to choose an item asset from my hand and play it. It's going to be lockpicks. So I spend a resource to use that, and then it costs me 3 to play the lockpicks. That's because if I fail this test, I'm going to choose to deal 5 damage to Joey the Rat. And that way I don't get poisoned, because that's terrible. Here we go. I am a 4 on 3. I've taken 3 agility tests so far this game. Welcome to Forgotten Age. I got a skull. It means I fail by 2. So I have to choose one of these 2 terrible options. I'm going to deal 5 damage to Joey the Young Rat Vigil. I kind of like that nickname, the Young Rat. We're going to discard this snake bite. Get out of here. We don't want you. We don't want you anymore. All right, Stone Altar. I actually forgot to do the Stone Altar test last turn. After I enter the Stone Altar, I have to reveal a random token from the bag. If I reveal a spooky symbol, I have to lose an action or take a horror. So, retroactively, you rewind the clock. Here's my token for that test. It's a spooky token. I put 1 horror on Joey the Rat Vigil. Then everything else happens. Here we are. Back up to speed. I hope that's okay. Sorry. Missed it. For what it's worth, I haven't played a league game in like 10 months. So Maybe it's not that long. It was like November, I think my last time was, and it's June. That's great. All right. First action. Well, victory points do matter. You best believe I'm using my lock picks as my first action to try to get this clue here. I am a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with lock picks. I get to add those two things together. 7 with each taka. I'm a 7 on 3, 4 up on this test. That's a 0. I pass with flying colors. So I now have 1 clue and 1 lucky victory point. Second action, do I play Leo DeLuca here to get a bunch of actions? Yes, I think I do. So second action, Leo DeLuca costs me 6 resources. I'm now broke. I'm broke, I said. Now, I'm no longer at a cave location, so my chaos bag's a little bit better. Yeah. I'm going to explore. I was worried about ants possibly taking Leo DeLuca away from me, but I believe with ants you get to choose the asset. So I could choose the lockpicks, for example, and just not sweat it because I got another lockpicks in my hand. I could also draw here, which if I get an internal injury, I'm going to take a direct damage. Otherwise, pretty much everything else is good, and it might be better than exploring last action. Although, if I get lost in the wilds, that's like a freebie from exploring. So to explore last action or not explore. Oh, I get 2 actions left. Yeah, whatever. I'll explore. Or do I draw twice and just try to get set up a little bit longer? How much doom I got out there? 2? I think I gotta go fast. I'm gonna try to explore. Lost in the wilds. This is a willpower test. For each point I fail by, I take a horror. If I do fail, sad day for me. I could commit the physical training to this and be 4 on 3, but I'm just gonna take the horror on my allies instead. So, except when you draw these tokens like I'm doing, you don't need to. I get a 3 on 3 with Jenny Barnes. That's a pass. So last action, same mentality. I'm going to explore again. Serpent's Haven. Yeah. Serpent's Haven is a legitimate location for me. After you investigate if you're poisoned, you take a bunch of damage here. And it gets 1... Oh, serpent enemies get +1 fight here. That's not great. Speaking of things that are not great regarding serpent enemies, I don't have any weapons yet. There's only a couple in this deck. I guess the idea is that you're supposed to evade the rest of them, which is fine. I mean, I got a 4 evade right now with each taka. Things are great. Enemy phase, Apex Strangleweed is not a hunter, so it doesn't hunt. So we go to the upkeep phase, which is where I get all my actions back. Lockpick resets. I get my Leo action back, draw a card, gain 2 cool Jenny resources. I have another sleight of hand. Not exactly what I'm looking for, but what can you do? Mythos phase 3. Doom. Snakebite. I don't want to fail this. Now, let's take a look at the Chaos Bag, which is conveniently located up here. Currently, I am a 4 on 3, which puts me in line with all these -1s. That's roughly half the bag. If I can get boosted even by 1, that puts me, it gives me 4 more tokens. That's like a quarter of the bag just for 1 icon. And then if I could get another icon, I would actually get 2 more. And this is basically like a lose Leo situation, which is not really what I want. But I think you got to believe in the heart of the cards. So I'm definitely committing 1 sleight of hand to this, which will put me at 3, 4, 5 on 3. So that's that 2 up. Again, that's 3/4 of the bag. The question is, do I want to be at 2 more tokens for a sleight of hand? If sleight of hand wasn't so integral to like how I manipulate items, I would totally do it. But I really feel like that's a combo piece that this deck really wants. So we're gonna see. We're just gonna see. What's the worst that can happen, right? So I'm a 3, 4, 5 on 3. tablet is -2. 3 on 3, I pass. Sometimes you just got to get lucky, you know? And if you don't get lucky, then you can go pound sand. But it's back to my turn. Back to my turn, baby. So let's see here. There's 2 clues here. It's only a shroud of 2, though. I am very interested in getting more stuff. So I kind of want to draw. Alternatively, I could investigate once with lockpicks, once without. I'm going to try drawing first. I got an easy mark. Cool. That's great. I might not use it this turn. Second action, we're going to lockpicks. So I am a 7 on 2. -1 is successful. So I get a clue. Next action, I'm only a 3 on 2. Show me the money. -2 if you fail, take a horror. Or -3, take a horror. Well, that's not what I want. And then last action, do I just investigate again? Oh, I could put Doom on my location? With the... Oh, if I'm not 2 up on a test. Oh, God. Oh, what am I doing? Last action, I'm going to play Easy Mark, which is going to draw me a card and give me 2 resources. And I got a Lupara. Yes. Bring on the Apex Strangleweed. I'm ready. I'm so ready for you. Enemy phase, nothing. Happens. Upkeep phase, flip, 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 Flipadelphia. 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom. Oh, and I got the Garrote Wire. That sounds cool. Might have to play that. Cool kid. And we're gonna I added my Doom, right? Yeah, I'm at 4 out of 5. It's gonna advance next turn. I forget what happens. I think it's like I think you engage an enemy if you don't have binoculars. So I might need to play the Garrote Wire this turn. When the deck advances, when it hits 5 Doom. In the meantime, though, we got Voice of the Jungle. Got to test willpower to get rid of Voice of the Jungle. Might also want to get physical training down this turn. A lot of things that I really want. Not a lot of time to want those things in. Or actually, I think I'm just going to tank Voice of the Jungle, right? Because I'm going to be exploring almost every turn. I got like 7 rounds left, 6 rounds left in this game. So let's get down. The Garrote Wire. That will give me an extra attack, which is smooth moves. Let's lockpicks here. If I was 2 up on this test, I would just... Well, maybe... Do I commit this other lockpicks to this test now? Because that'll make me a 4 on 2. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save my lockpicks to see if I can use them somewhere else, right? So let's investigate committing a lockpicks here. So I'm a 3, 4 on 2. Show me that money. -2 if you fail, place a Doom on this location. I didn't fail, though, because I knew it. I was like, that -2. That -2. Got to watch out for it. All right, so that's a clue. It's a victory point. I love it. Let's go ahead and explore. Oh, the time has come. Ants. So I'm a 4 on 4. For each point you fail by, discard a random card from your hand or choose and discard a card from your play area. Do I commit the sleight of hand? Because I don't want to lose the Lupara, right? Like that's the end all be all, right? I forgot about ants. I should have kept that lockpicks in hand. Well, I can get rid of the Garrote if I fail. I could maybe get rid of Leo if I fail. I just don't want to lose that Lupara. think we go for broke on this because I can't get to 2 up on it, right? I can only get to 1 up. Yeah, so whatever these failed conditions are, they're going to happen anyway. There's a bunch of -1s in the bag. Oh wait, I'm 3 tokens, huh? Well, the agility tests, man. There's a lot of them. Here we go. 4 on 4. What do you got? -1. I fail. So for each point I fail by, discard a random card from your hand, or choose and discard a card from your play area. I think I get rid of that garrote wire. Like, it seems cool, but everything else that I have is way cooler. / more important. Last action, we're going to explore one more time and bring about the River Canyon, which is... Let me think about it for a second. Yeah, that was the one that goes in the middle. So we want to try to get as many pillars as possible, so I think I actually do want to investigate this one. Normally I wouldn't care about this location as much because it's not a victory point location, but I think I just want a bunch of clues. This is the moral of the story. Alright, so end of my turn, I actually did successfully explore, which is good. I think I've pulled out 3 of the treacheries from this explore deck so far. I pull out the Snakebite, the Pitfall, the Ants, maybe the Lost in the Wilds. So I've pulled out a bunch of those treacheries, which is great. Enemy face, still nothing. Upkeep, flip, flip, flip. Draw a card, gain 2 Jenny Bucks. Go up to the Mythos phase, we're going to add a Doom, go up to 5, and then see what happens. Are we alone? Who can say? After exploring the rainforest for a long time, there's a bunch of uncanny winged creatures that caw at you from above. From this vantage point that you're at, you may be able to see approaching threats. Shuffle the discard pile in the encounter deck. I am the group's lookout. I don't have binoculars. So I have to discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded. Spawn that enemy at my location. Okay. I accept this hellscape that you've presented for me. Here we go. We're going to discard. Flip. Nope. Flip. Nope. Flip. Really? Have to be the Basilisk, huh? Ain't that something? Encounter card draw. Oh, it's my 3rd Snakebite of the scenario. How are there so many Snakebites already? Seriously, though. I've tested Snakebite so many times now, right? Wait, how did this not get shuffled back in? Oh, I just discarded those. Alright, well, I'm a 4 on 3. Can't keep committing cards to this all day. Here we go. -1. Heart of the cards. Heart of the bag. So I got a Basilisk to deal with, which is maybe not my favorite thing. I think the obvious choice here is to slam down, to windmill slam this Lupara with my sleight of hand. With my sleight of hand. I will be attacking at a 6. Hold on. Hear me out on this, though. I could keep evading it because I get +2 to my agility with each Taka against enemies with Vengeance. This doesn't have alert, so I'm a 5. I'm a 5 on 4 to evade it. Or do I just kill it? It's Vengeance. I don't want to kill it. Man, I wish Streetwise wasn't 8 experience points. I think I try to evade. I get an extra Leo action here anyway, right? So, flipping it. Here we go. I'm going to evade. I'm a 3, 4, 5 on 4. Trolling me, huh? You know, I thought about that as I hit the button, about how if I draw the cultist here, I have to put Doom on my location. I just lost an entire round. Oh my god, this thing is not designed to be run through so aggressively. Alright, let's evade it. -2. Evade it. -2. Evade it. Elder Sign. Eat trash. You stupid game. Voice of the Jungle. At the end of my turn, I'm going to take a horror. And what do you know? Oh my gosh, the Basilisk is back. Wow, great. Cool. Upkeep. Upkeep. Getting trolled. Alright, 3 rounds remain. Let's do it. Mythos Phase. Boa Constrictor. Let's evade the Boa Constrictor. First action. I think that's the proper course of action. I might just have to kill this Basilisk at this point because I'm getting mired in enemies and I hate it and everything's stupid. So let's do it. Evade the Basilisk. Or the Boa Constrictor, sorry. Is what I meant to say. I mean, sorry. I am going faster than I can speak clearly. I meant to evade the Boa Constrictor. I guess I'm going to use Sleight of Hand and get rid of this Basilisk so I can clear things out. I'm going to use Sleight of Hand, which costs me 1 resource to play the Lupara for free. I get 2 ammunition on that. Then we're going to murder this thing. I get to attack the Basilisk. I'm a 3, 4 with each Taka, 5, 6 with Lupara because I played this turn. I'm a 6 on 4 with my second action. I succeeded. The -2 from the Cultist. So it's going to deal 3 damage to the Basilisk. There it goes. Let's do it again with my other Lupara ammo. I am yet again a 3, 4, 5, 6 on 4. Haha! It's an auto fail. So my Lupara is now out of ammo. And so my question is, do I just punch it? I could commit a physical training or a Derringer to this enemy. I can't believe I failed 5 tests against this Basilisk. Or 4 tests. It makes me really mad. And it's cost me 2 rounds, I think. It's like a double Ancient Evils, basically. 3, 4. That'd be a 4 on 4 to punch. What is this? All right. I'm a 4 on 4 to punch, so I can be 1 up by committing the Derringer. Well, the Derringer kind of sucks. So let's try it. 3, 4, 5 to punch. 5 on 4. Yeah, with a 0. All right. Well, sorry for the vengeance. It really sucks, but you know what? Sometimes you can only evade at a 1 up because the scenario sucks you dry of your agility icons. Like I said, it is 40% agility icons, which is approximately double any other scenario in the entire game in terms of how much it taxes your agility. So, anyway, end of the round. Wait, first of all, I added an enemy to the victory display. So I'm going to exhaust each Taka. I heal a horror. Each Taka heals a horror. Horton hears a who. Everything is great. Then Voice of the Jungle happens. I'm going to take a horror. I'm going to put it on each Taka. Cool. Enemy phase. Boa Constrictor. Back in action. Almost forgot. Upkeep phase. Get my actions back. Each Taka's back. Leo's back. Draw a card. The Moon. Where have you been? The Moon. I'm going to slap you, the Moon. Get out of here. We're at 3 Doom out of 5. So we got this round and next round. And then the game is over. Is that right? Yeah. Everything's good. Overgrowth. That's very rude. I can't even explore from this location. So, let's see here. What are my options? That's nice that I have some peace. I guess the first thing I got to do is evade with the bow against the boa constrictor. Oh, the Slupar is back in my hand from the sleight of hand. So, questions are: I mean, the most logical of anything that I could do is evade, investigate, get the clue, move. Next turn is then survive Mythos phase. There'll be 4 doom out of 5. 4 doom out of 5 on the table. Move, flip, turn in 2 clues, and resign. Is that right? All right, so to start the round, I can't remember what it does, so I'm going to advance the act. The winged serpent. Where's the spawn? Spawn's at the mouth of Canyon. Alert, Hunter, massive. Then what do I get? That's what I thought. Okay, so it's an action to turn in the mouth, and then if you do, I don't think anything bad happens to you if you doom out in this scenario. I'm not going to look, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. So I'm going to punch it. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for 2 pillars. What a time to be alive, huh? First action, evade. +1. I did it. Evade. Sorry, I'm here still. Second action is investigate with the lockpicks. I am a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on this. 7 on 4. -2. Excellent. Things are good. So I got another clue. Move. Actions 3 and 4. When I enter this location, I have to reveal a token. It's not a spooky token, though, so things are good. Voice of the Jungle did not successfully do things this round, so I take a horror. Then, sorry, so move and then move. Okay. Enemy phase, nothing. Wait. Hunter. This way I moves over here. Oh, he's at my location. And then I get attacked. No. Okay. If I get attacked, anything fancy happen? No, I don't think so. Okay. Upkeep phase. Flip. Boom. Remember when I got trolled by the game and I got a doom? Because I couldn't evade. Because I'd already spent all my evade icons. Where's the manual dexterities? I'm just making fun of myself. Here we go. 3 doom on the box. 1 on River Canyon, which means we're at 4 doom. We're at 4 doom out of 5 right now. Final round of the game. Low on supplies. I will accept low on supplies. Each investigator takes 1 damage. Thanks, Itchy. You're the best. First action for my investigation phase. I'm going to move. I was considered to be engaged with the Winged Serpent because it's massive. So I do take a damage and a horror. Damage is going to go on Ishtaka. And then I got to take a horror. I think it's going to go on me. Now I got the Apex Strangleweed, which is rude. Second action, I'm going to activate this ability on the Act card. Just to spend 1 clue as a group. I gain a pillar, which I will denote with this right here. But I get an attack of opportunity from the Apex Strangleweed, which is going to go on me. Wait a second. I have a pocket knife, huh? Okay, back it up. I haven't spent that clue yet. I don't have this yet. I haven't spent this action yet. I don't have this or this yet. I guess I gotta evade. Do I have, what kind of evade icons do I have in my hand? Oh, got nothing. Here we go. We're gonna evade the Apex Strangleweed, which is 4 on 3. 4 on 3. What's the worst that's gonna happen? I'm gonna lose the rest of my turn here this way, but whatever. -2. I sure did fail. It's alert, so I'm gonna take that damage on the horror anyway. Gonna evade. Oh, -3. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna let that knock off each Taka. So she gone. And last action, I'm gonna turn in a clue, which does give me an attack of opportunity. So I lose all remaining actions into my turn, but I did turn in one of my clues. I didn't factor that in with the Apex Strangleweed automatically ending your turn if you try to ignore it. So that was kind of my bad, but honestly, just getting the Apex Strangleweed right away kind of hosed this entire scenario. And I think it's designed to be played through multiple times, so there's a lot of RNG, I think, with this scenario in particular. All right, now let's see if I die. I don't think I do. I think I'm okay. Enemy phase. First, this guy hunts back over to me. Then we're going to attack. I take a damage and a horror from the Winged Serpent, which is going to go on 1 Leo Laluca. And then the Apex Strangleweed attacks me. Get damage and a horror. I maybe forgot the Voice of the Jungle that turn. Wow, that's a bad turn when you take 5 horror. But you know, sometimes the scenario kicks you in the butt. What else can you do? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I missed that or not. So if I forgot the Voice of the Jungle, I think technically I'm defeated with the trauma. What can you do? Upkeep, draw a card, Jenny Resource, Lone Wolf, lol. Go up to 5 Doom. I Doom out, and each surviving investigator immediately resigns as they flee from the woods. So, I think I got 1 pillar. If 2 things are contingent upon that. One is if the attack of opportunity you get from the Apex Strangleweed happens either simultaneously or after the action that you are trying to take. Because I'm trying to turn in my clues. But this says, after this makes an attack of opportunity against you, so it interrupts, it happens right after the attack of opportunity, then my turn is ended. So I don't know if that ending of a turn would prevent me from completing that action, because I have already spent the action to do it. I've paid all the costs for the action to happen. So I don't know if ending my turn means that I don't then get to actually do the action. Does that make sense? If I don't get the effects from the action that I have already started and paid for all the results. The other thing is, I don't know if I actually got a trauma or not, because I can't remember if I triggered Voice of the Jungle in my final action. So that's something we got to check the tape for. I think I did take 6 horror that final turn, which is more horror than some investigators even have sanity for. So that's kind of rough, but what can you do? Oh, hold on. If I did turn in that clue, and I got the pillar, then the Winged Serpent would have exhausted over here at the stone altar instead of hunting towards me, and I would definitely not be defeated. So if my pillar thing can go through and I still get the 1 pillar, then I'm good. Otherwise, I have no idea. Then we're going to count up victory points. I got 1, 2. That's extremely low for this scenario. And Vengeance 2. So typically, what happens when you play this scenario normally, instead of just trying to get as many pillars as you can on the first time, is you get yourself enough clues the first time through to trigger this guy, right? That's 2 clues per investigator as per the back of the act card. So now the Winged Serpent's in play, and so that is just going to start the scenario every time after that. Then usually, maybe that first time you're able to turn in a clue or whatever. Next time through, you just try to get a bunch of clues. You don't take trauma from the Winged Serpent. Usually you only go 1 or 2 locations out, and maybe you get another 2 clues for that pillar. So now you're up at 3. You play it again, you get another 2. Now you're at 5. If any of those plays, those first 3 plays go really well, I should say if either of the first 2 plays go really well, then you're already at 4 or 5 pillars solved. So the idea is that then you're starting the time that actually matters. You don't have the clue overhead that you need to advance the act. And so now you're just going for victory points. And so then the goal is you definitely always get the location that spawns here, which is 2/3 of the time is actually going to be a victory 2. So you always get that one for sure. Then you try to get both the Serpent's Haven and the Circuitous Trail, which hopefully, I mean, if you have a compass, that's awesome, because Circuitous Trail isn't really easy to get, but at this point in the campaign, you usually have some XP, so you can use lots of things to cheat the clue off the location, right? So sometimes you don't got to worry about it. So now we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you try to either get the Apex Strangleweed, which would be 5, or you try to get the Yellow Circle location if you're really booking this last round, which is the Time-Racked Woods. And again, that's another 2 clue location, but like if I'm Jenny, I'm going to save my intel report, slam that down, windmill slam, bam! 4 resources, 2 clues, I get another victory point. So, generally speaking, I usually get around 5 experience points for Heart of the Elders Part A. And then you try to get between 3 and 5 for Part B, and all of a sudden you're going into Archives with an extra like 8 to 10 experience points. But this was like a dual challenge where you're trying to only do 1 run and get as many pillars as you can, which I kind of got steamrolled because of the Apex right away. It's kind of really put the kibosh, I think, on, unless I started with Sleight of Hand Lupara, or just Lupara in general. If I didn't have that 1 card and I drew this other 1 card, which there's 2 copies of, host, because I basically can't turn any clues now, right? Or I just need more agility. So maybe the Moon would have been good, because now with Ichitaka I'm evading at a 5. We saw how many -2s were in the bag. That would have been huge, I think. So turns out for this scenario, Lone Wolf didn't matter as much. Physical training maybe could have helped, but it's not huge. Moon would have been massive. Massive to try to get. So anyway, that's my run. I'm probably going to try live streaming this again because I really enjoy this scenario, and I'm just going to see if I can do a little bit better with this deck. So I'm going to live stream again. Thanks so much for watching. My life has been very crazy. 2020 has been nuts. End of 2019 was nuts for me. Haven't been able to stream, hardly been able to play very much Arkham at all. But ideally, would love to be able to live stream again. So maybe maybe in the coming months I'll have a couple weeknights. If I was going to do the league, I had a well-tuned Wendy deck. So I might try to play through Forgotten Age with Wendy for the sake of having fun and seeing how well I do. And aside from that, I actually I gotta play through Circle Undone, and I gotta play through Dream Eaters, because the last half of Circle Undone I've only played once. Dream Eaters I've only played twice or once. Yeah, really only the 1 time. So gotta get more reps in those scenarios for sure, because they seem cool. They just take forever. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'm going to figure out how to turn off OBS now. You're great. You're the real MVP. Stay safe.